This is also one extra, which is, you cannot see in plan. Here in this island, we are proposing one view tower. And then, as you see from here, you can look over the whole city center. The last one is when. Last presentation, I went quite deep into how exactly we are thinking to do the phasing. I have to say, today I'm not going to go deep into this issue, but the basic principle is the same as the last time. The only change is, since we're proposing this piece, let's say replacement of the roundabout, means this has to be developed in the first phase. But still, this supermarket has to be kept during the construction, even for the second phase, because it brings a regular income during the construction period, which probably say 1 or 2 years for this bit. So I think that is quite important. And then, of course, the parking underground is totally feasible. There is a compartment in this direction in each phase. So basically, if you stop the project in any phase, it functions by itself. The last thing to say is that actually it is not, unfortunately, this is not our job to say when this can happen or really this can happen. But depends if this project, I'm not only referring to our project, but it's referring to whole proposal. Whatever development here, whether it's happened or not, is not up to us, but it's up to you, actually. So whether it's going to be really happening like this, that's something I don't know. Tetsu wa atsui uchi ni ute. Could you translate this in there is a saying in Japan, which I tried to, it was shocking last night, I was trying to translate this into English, and it turned to be, this saying is from Europe or Latin. It seems this is translation of that from English to this one. Could you click next one? Strike while the iron is hot. That's the only thing I can say for now. Achu.
Taigi, prašau klausimai komandai. Jūsų darbas, priešingai nei prieš tai buvę pretendentai, skiriasi to, jog siūlote kvartalinį užstatymą. Kokia tai motyvacija buvo, kokios ištakos, kodėl jūs pasirinkote būtent tokį požiūrį į naujos teritorijos formavimą kvartalais?
Why we are cutting up the whole development into pieces. Yeah, that is, there is 2 reasons. One is practically phasing reason. Because I think the essence of the phasing is that not only about which comes first and which comes second, but also you should be able to stop the development any moment. So each development has to work without expecting the next development. So to make each development consistent, we rather propose separate entity for each development. That's one reason. And the other is basically scale of the project. This basically whole development stretch of 400 meters, and we are afraid to develop this as a kind of single entity. It should be consist of smaller elements. I hope this is enough answer for the question.
Jūs siūlote įsaugoti kai kurios istorinius fizinius elementus. Kaip tai manot būtų galima padaryti šitą kvartalą?
I feel if we continue this project, I need to know a bit more about which piece is really valuable to keep. We actually proposed this project with very limited amount of information in terms of which has a historical value and which has a historical value street, let's say. So basic idea is, of course, this is not something actually decided by one side. This is only possible with a debate with people here, historians. So let's say we don't have a dogmatic idea about if everything has to be kept or not. So I have to say I'm quite open about this.
Jeigu jums būtų leista tęsti toliau, ar jūs sugebėtumėt integruoti siūlomą sklypo riboj, tai yra parkingas, apie kurį jūs kalbėjote prie Neries, ar jūs sugebėtumėt integruoti jį taip, jog jis tenkintų kritikus šitos idėjos? Ačiū.
About this parking, actually, I saw the document yesterday, and then my first reaction was, of course, the quantity which you can gain with this parking is very small. That's one fact. But of course, total development floor space is also not decided yet. So I see this is a kind of gray zone, and if you ask whether we can integrate or not, of course, always possible to integrate. But to be able to answer more precisely, of course, we need to know more information about how much solid this proposal is. What I can see is probably this parking solution costs much less than making a full underground parking, because it's half sunken. So I see a lot of financial sunny side of it. But the total quantity is very low indeed. So yes, I'm happy to discuss this part, but I cannot give a clear answer right away. I need to know more about that.
Būtų replikuojantis klausimas iš šitą paklausimą. Jūs kaip architektas, jeigu jūs būtumėte miesto architektas, kaip jūs reaguotumėte į tokį reiškinį? Ar jūs sakytumėte tokiam parkingui krantinėje jokių būdų vietos negali būti? Ar manytumėte, kad visai gerai parkingas išneštas į krantą? Vat būtent jo vietos parinkimas yra blogas, ydingas architektūrinė prasme, ar kaip tik jisai galėtų čia būti?
If purely from architectural point of view, I would say this is not a good idea. But I know enough about this parking issue. The whole parking issue is not, it cannot be only described by quality issue, because of the demands of the parking is really the bottleneck of the whole thing. Usually, yeah, that's why I have to say also relates to the financial side of it, and then how much do you really need actually in this area. So if I be just optimistically architect, I can say having parking next to the riverbank, ruin the quality of the riverbank. Don't do it. I like to say that, but I cannot say that because we need to look at this much more carefully, what we are talking about. So, sorry again, I cannot give a clear answer right away.